them now, you'll tell your grandkids. Back in my day, we could get 2 zesty, made-from-scratch Bojangles sausage biscuits for just $2.50. And then your grandkids will say, it's bow time.
Go to southernroofingaugusta.com for all of your roofing needs.
You want news that impacts you?
We've got you covered.
We're on your side.
On your side, this is News 12 First at 5.
A sex trafficking survivor turns her pain into a mission. How she used her trauma to inspire women in Georgia. And baseball and sports icon Hank Aaron laid to rest near Atlanta. His emotional final farewell is coming up. But first at 5, guests at a Motel 6 suddenly kicked out after code enforcement officers show up and give them an hour to collect their things and move. Today we're going to hear from one of those people kicked out of their room and struggling now to find out what's next. Our Will Rio, live for us over the Motel 6 on Boy Scout Road. Will, tell us what you know today.
Well, construction crews have been working at this Motel 6 right behind me all day. Many residents extremely frustrated because they were asked to leave all of a sudden yesterday evening. And now many are wondering if the hotel knew about this weeks in advance. And it's left many residents scrambling to find a place to live. At least that's what one Motel 6 resident told me. And this was the scene yesterday evening, and 30 to 40 people and families stuffing clothes and personal belongings into garbage bags after being told they had 60 minutes to leave. We spoke with Augusta Code Enforcement, who was on the scene last night. They said they did their regular inspection last week, but they had to come back again for a second inspection, and that's when they found a water leak that made the structure of the building very unsafe for people to live in. Code Enforcement says the owners were told only hours before that residents would have to leave very quickly. One resident we talked to wants to remain anonymous, but she says she's been through a lot this last year, and this is just very unfair.
I mean, I've dealt with domestic violence in the last year, cancer, chemo, and radiation, and I've overcome all of that to have the one thing, the stability that I needed and had ripped out from underneath me, and in a moment's notice having to try to come up with something on the fly. And that's what bothered me more than anything.
And Motel 6 says that everyone will receive a full refund in 3 to 5 business days, but many of these guests say that that's not enough time. They're having to find another place to live right now, so they're out of that money currently. Coming up at 6, we talk with the Housing Development Authority with Augusta and how they're trying to rehouse these families.
Yes, some lives turned upside down there. Well, thanks very much for the update there from Boy Scout Road. AU Health continues their efforts to get the COVID-19 vaccine to underserved communities. Tomorrow, the hospital is hosting a couple of vaccination pop-up clinics, one over at Good Shepherd Church on Olive Road in Augusta, the other at Warren Baptist Church on Washington Road, and then on Friday, they're going to hold another pop-up site at AU Health Sciences campus. These vaccines are for Phase 1A folks only, including those people 65 and older. To find out more and for the link to sign up, don't just show up, you have to sign up first. Head over to our website. Georgia facing another deadly day after 130 people died from the virus. Total cases are down from yesterday, with the state reporting more than 4,100 cases. Richmond County has been struggling over the last couple of weeks with caseloads, reporting one of the highest rates of cases per 100,000 at 958 cases. Those totals rival Gwinnett County at just over 1,000. But remember, Gwinnett County has almost 1 million people. Richmond County just over 200,000. South Carolina faced one of its most deadly days with 88 deaths. The state is also reporting an increase in cases from yesterday with more than 2,600 cases. The percent positivity rate in the state remains high as well, now sitting at 25%. First at 5, DHEC announcing South Carolina is now in the top 10 in the nation for giving out the vaccines. And even better news, weekly doses are going up from 63,000 to more than 72,000 doses a week. The increase will last for the next 3 weeks. DHEC is still discussing ways to better distribute the vaccines they will be getting. Much more news ahead after a quick check of the weather. Mostly cloudy skies out there, but Riley, you say some rain is on the way.
Definitely so, Richard. We're seeing a break in the action currently. A current look at Doppler Max radar showing most of the area is currently dry, but we are going to bring in an upper-level disturbance this evening that's going to bring back the chance for just some scattered light showers. This is also going to be coupled with just a surface cold front that's going to help just reinforce that lift that we need to produce these showers. So through this evening between 6 and 11, can't rule out some hit and miss showers moving through across the area. But as we head towards midnight, especially after midnight, we will finally see those skies clear. We are going to see some much cooler air move in behind that front once it passes through around midnight, and our winds are expected to be picking up as well. Actually, by tonight, those winds expect to be between 15 to 20. Our current temps, we are currently at 59 degrees here in Augusta, but we did make it up to 61 at Bushfield for a high today. Another afternoon just a little bit above average. Now, our winds currently aren't too breezy, generally between 5 to 10 across the area. As we head into late tonight, as we head towards midnight, take a look at this. Those winds picking up between 15 to 20 and expected to stay breezy for the first part of our Thursday. A look at the rest of the week's forecast and a change to that weekend coming up in just a little bit.
Riley, we're learning more about a shooting at this home on Drayton Drive yesterday where a pregnant woman was shot. The victim, in this case, Angel Cruz, telling deputies she was standing in front of the home when she felt something hit her stomach. After going inside, she noticed she was bleeding and she called for help. Cruz was taken to a hospital where she delivered a healthy baby girl. Amazing story. The only suspect in the case so far, though, is Cruz's boyfriend, Perry Williams. He's facing charges for reckless conduct after deputies arrived on the scene. They say they found 2 AR-15s and several other pistols inside the home, but Williams says he was inside the home when his pregnant girlfriend was shot. He told deputies the area is well known for drive-by shootings, so the search for that gunman continues. A beloved Lexington County bus driver known for lending a helping hand, now in a medically induced coma after being stabbed. Investigators say Mark Wanamaker offered a ride to a man at a gas station, and during the ride, the suspect stabbed Wanamaker, dumped him in the street, and stole his car. Wanamaker was life-flighted to a hospital where he's in critical condition now. His friends and co-workers are hoping for the best.
Mark is a great person. He's great to work with. He's always willing to lend a hand. We need him back on the workforce. We do miss him. We wish him the best recovery possible, and hopefully the community can help us in making his life a little bit easier after this.
A GoFundMe account is being set up to help with medical bills and lost wages while he recovers. We have a link if you want to be involved in that on our website, wrdw.com. Governor McMaster advocating for human trafficking still an issue in Georgia. This week, the governor even announcing new legislation to help those survivors. One survivor in Valdosta is taking matters into her own hands. As Jennifer Morjan explains, she's using her experience to inspire others that there is life after this trauma.
It was some things that I had been through, traumatic events that I knew that once I got out of those situations, I was going to do something that was going to help women forever.
Candace Bunch is the owner of All Things Yoni, a new shop in downtown Valdosta but well known in the online scene.
I fell in love with the wrong person and found myself as a victim of human trafficking.
For 4 years, Bunch fell victim to human trafficking in South Florida. In 2008, she was able to pick up her kids and move to Alabama. She tells me what saved her life was her perpetrator going to jail. The inspiration for her shop came from this hard past.
And I always said, if I ever get out of this, I'm going to do something that is going to inspire women.
After being exploited, Bunch tells me she didn't appreciate her femininity. Through her recovery process, she began to nurture herself and began to love herself again. She started to learn about holistic wellness, natural and herb healing. She eventually created her own line of products and sold them online. She tells me women loved it and business kicked off. Bunch now dedicates her time to empower women and embrace their wellness and learn to love themselves. She also helped women who haven't been able to conceive. Bunch hopes with her story she can help other women out there who have been in similar situations.
I would say always speak positive things to yourself. And I know we always hear never give up, and it sounds kind of cliche, but no, it is so easy to lose sight of who you are. But if you have one dream or one goal, if you always continuously every day speak life into that goal and know that one day you're going to be there, it will happen for you if you continue to believe in yourself.
So breaking news, first at 5, we have the Burke County High School coach who's in jail facing sexual assault with a minor charges, and now we can show you that mugshot. This is Kenyatta Berrien. On Monday, officials were notified of the administration of an inappropriate relationship between this high school coach, Miss Berrien, and a student under the age of 18. Berrien, they tell us, is no longer a school employee and is being denied bond. But the mugshot and the new information that this does involve an alleged assault with a minor. The CDC rolling out a new tool to identify areas with diseases that make those populations more vulnerable to COVID-19. I want to show you this interactive map the tool uses. They call this Places. We use the tool to look up some of the things to look out for in our immediate area. And the map we found shows some higher rates of high blood pressure over toward the Fort Gordon area. In another map, we saw higher rates of cancer in the river region. The darker the color of the map, the higher the rate of the disease. If you want to take a closer look, we did add a link for you to see this on our website. Sports legend and iconic figure Hank Aaron is being laid to rest right now. His memorial service was earlier in Atlanta, where he took baseball's most coveted crown, the home run king, the most famous Atlanta Brave of all times. And today, the service was at Friendship Baptist Church. And as I mentioned, that hearse rolled across through the streets of Atlanta over to another burial site, a place called the Southview Cemetery, which is also holding, I believe, the parents of Martin Luther King Jr., so it is a place well known. But Aaron was known off the field for his civil rights activism and his charity, and in his honor, the Braves are pledging $1 million to establish the Henry Louis Aaron Fund. Again, that burial happening as we speak. Well, it's been a year now since an 11-year-old boy was reported missing in a very high-profile case. How his family is choosing to honor his legacy 1 year later when we come back.
And we are not quite done with the rain just yet. We have another batch of showers moving in for the evening. Have a look at when it clears out in the rest of the week in just a little bit.
I can't take it anymore.
A local mother struggling to homeschool 3 children. The I-Team digs deeper and finds a staggering amount of students are failing. What schools are doing to save failing senior students? Thursday on News 12 at 6 o'clock.
About
Gannon Staunch grew up in Loris. That's about an hour north of Myrtle Beach, and he spent his last few months of his life in Colorado. A year ago today, he was reported missing, and months later, they found his remains in Florida. Today, as Kate Merriman tells us, his family is spreading a more positive message and celebrating his life.
Placed right along Highway 701 South in Morris, you'll see Crossway Church. It's the church Gannon Stout attended. Just beyond the big church sign, you'll spot Gannon's garden.
He loved Sonic, he loved superheroes, he loved the color blue.
As his wind twirler blows in the birch chirp, family friend Jessica Hudnall makes her way around his garden.
And then to see how he grew and was just, he was a fighter and he was strong and he was always a fighter throughout.
Gannon was a premature baby, born in Loris. Hudnall and his church family watched him as he grew. He moved to El Paso County in Colorado to live with his father. A year ago today, January 27th, Gannon Stout was reported missing. In March, his remains were found in Florida. In the time frame of when he went missing to when he was found, his neighborhood in Colorado lit the street up in blue with hopes this would help him find his way back home. Tonight, from Colorado to South Carolina and anywhere in between, people in the community are asked to light their homes in blue as a way to keep his memory alive. As Hudnall mentioned, blue was Gannon's favorite color, but she says it's a little more than that too.
Blue's also the color for bringing awareness to child abuse.
Hudnall says if she could say anything to Gannon, she'd want him to know this.
I say job well done. I say job well done.
A little boy gone, but certainly not forgotten. Okay, looking live outside now. We have a live shot coming into us from Omaha, Nebraska. Riley, that's how far you have to drive, I suppose, to see the white stuff on the ground. So if you're looking for some slopes to hit, I would suggest Omaha, perhaps.
Definitely so. That system actually that brought them all the snow, that's what's going to be bringing us the chance for some showers as we head into this evening and for at least early tonight, up until around midnight. Here's a current look at our radar. The rain that's expected this evening and tonight just expected to be kind of scattered in coverage and not overly heavy. We may see some pockets of moderate rainfall, but overall a fairly dry atmosphere, so we're just going to kind of squeeze out as much as we can as this front does move on through today. Now, with this frontal passage tonight, it is going to bring us this rainfall this evening up until midnight. We'll clear out that rain after midnight, but we're really going to see these winds pick up overnight. We are expecting sustained winds between 15 to 20 miles an hour. And those winds out in the northwest going to help bring in some much cooler air for us. So waking up Thursday, the past few days we haven't felt too bad, hitting the 70s and 60s. By Thursday morning, we are expecting temps down into the 30s in many spots. Here around the Augusta metro, likely be upper 30s, low 40s, within a few degrees of 40. Looks like a good bet for most of us. Heading into the afternoon, we are expecting to finally bring back plenty of sunshine as high pressure builds into the area. Our high temperatures tomorrow look to be close to seasonal averages, not too far from it. But here's a look at our projected wind speeds. This is what's going to be picking up this evening and tonight as this cold front just kind of gradually works its way towards us. So later this evening, especially by after midnight, those winds going to be picking up. If you have a lot of trees around your house, likely going to hear them swaying around as you head to bed tonight. Now, throughout the day Thursday, we'll keep those winds on the breezier side for the first half of the day, but later into the afternoon, those winds should generally subside to less than 10 miles an hour for most of us. Our current temperatures right now, we're still at 60 actually, 59 degrees out at Bushfield, but we did hit 61 degrees, so another day above average for us despite the abundant clouds we did see throughout the day. As we head into tomorrow morning, expecting mostly sunny skies, those temps will be near 40 degrees, but feel a little bit chillier than that with those northwest winds. As we head towards midday, those winds just gradually subsiding as we head towards the afternoon. High temperature is going to be in the 50s for most of us, and we should see plenty of sunshine stick through most of the day on Thursday. And you got the green light to wash the car the next couple of days. No rain in the forecast Thursday or Friday. We are expecting to stay dry through at least Saturday. Our next rainmaker is anticipated to move in by Sunday. Past that, Monday looks dry. And those temperatures are going to drop again as we head into early next week. Staying pretty breezy behind that rain on Sunday. We'll have much more on that weekend forecast towards the end of the show.
Riley, thank you. First at 5, a man known for bringing light and love and positivity, all from a park bench. Now his family wants to memorialize the place where he brought so much joy.
This is not just a cream.
They call him Mr. Savannah. James Pringle would spread joy to anyone who needed it, and he always gave a listening ear to anyone with something on their mind. He died last week, but not before leaving a lifetime legacy, all from a simple park bench. Tim Gairda takes us there.
The sounds of Wright Square are still there, but not its most familiar sight.
You just always brought a certain joy to the square.
James Pringle was a fixture at his favorite spot in Savannah, and an unofficial ambassador for his city, the Welcome to Savannah man, who connected with everyone he met.
He spent his time bringing smiles to locals and to visitors to our community. He always had a song in his heart and a smile on his lips. And I know whenever I saw him, or even asked people around town about him, they always said the same thing. He's just a great guy.
Mr. Pringle passed away last week, after months when he and his palm roses were absent from Telfair Square because of an extended illness, but not before leaving his mark on the historic district.
I mean, a whole lot to the city. I mean, it's not a stranger he don't know. I mean, he make you happy. When you have a problem, you come out here and you sit down with him and he laugh and talk to you and sing your song. I mean, make you happy.
Pringle's family had a small memorial service for him over the weekend, but now would like him to be memorialized in the spot where Savannah came to know him. They have started a GoFundMe page to have a plaque made, and will ask the city to place it in Telfair Square in his honor.
A lot of people say Ray Charles had Georgia on my mind. Well, my Uncle Jesse James, he had Savannah on his mind.
Put a plant on the right-hand side and sing, whoa, ho, ho. I can hear that now. And I asked him, what does that mean? He said, young boy, you'll learn one day.
And Pringle's family hopes future visitors to Telfair Square will be able to learn about the WTOC community champion who had a kind word for everyone he met there.
I meet people from all walks of life, and even my travels, and if they ever been to Savannah, they'll remember, welcome to Savannah, man.
Just one of those great personalities that help make Savannah the city it is. Tim, thank you for that update there from the coast. We're back with more First at 5.
Anywhere, and if you're hurt, just call all nines.
Like and follow News 1226 on Facebook for the latest up-to-date coverage near you.
Take a look at the weekend forecast. Saturday is still looking good for us. We're likely going to see some cloud cover build throughout the day, and that is going to give way to our next system that's expected to bring us rainfall throughout the day on Sunday. And even for this evening, we are anticipating a few scattered light showers to be moving through. Looking dry after midnight. Thursday is going to be beautiful, staying mostly sunny on Friday as well. As we roll into Sunday, though, this is going to be our next system that's heading our way.
We're going to take a look at some changing grade requirements for area schools that could affect summer school. First at 5 continues in 3 minutes.
Your weather can change in an instant, so stay in the know before you go with the 1226 Weather Alert Team. On the air, on your phone, on your side.
Financial problems usually start out small.
Like my boobier.
But they can grow bigger with time.
Like Gypsy and Buffett.
Clay's Macor, Magruder, and Kitchens can help you with all your financial problems, whether they're big or small.
Let us help you get some much-needed relief from your creditors.
Call us so you can answer your phone.
My mom can help, and from UGA.
My mom too.
Clay's McElroy, Magruder, and